may get old, but I want you to think about it a little bit. What's clicked for you in the last 6 games?
I just got to keep going back to everyone else clicking. I mean, when everybody else has a good game, I have a good game. It just happens to be the defense that I'm in. The Mike linebacker. If everyone else does their job, I don't really have that hard of a job to do. I just have to not miss the tackle
Because
everyone else is taking up, double teams. K-Mo's taking up blockers. Mike Rose is going in there and spilling the fullback. So I'm untouched going to the ball because of everyone else around me.
Do you feel like this is the best you've played in your career, even though you're passing the credit off to the other guys?
Yeah, no doubt. This is the most confidence I felt. At least I could say that.
the most confident.
Yeah.
Has there been a time when it was close to this?
Maybe at some points last year, but then when I'm here now and I look back and watch the film and remember last year, it's nowhere close.
Josh, after the last season, it was kind of a tough regular season. What would it mean for this team to get to 10 wins this season?
I mean, it'd mean everything. I've never. I guess we had one 10-win game, but it took a bowl game, and talking to my dad, he only had two 10-win games, and they were top 5 team, throughout every season he played. So it's a huge deal, and it really helps the program more than anything. So I'm happy that we can do this and leave the program in good hands.
Do you ever talk to your dad about who had the better career?
No, but I don't know. He probably did. He probably did right now, but we'll see. I got 2 more games left.
Did you? I talked to your dad last week, Eric Olson with the AP. I don't know if he told you I was working on a story on you guys a little bit. When you were a kid, did you watch a lot of film of him when he was a player?
Not so much until I got a little older and understood more what, that he played here and that sort of thing. Because he was never a guy that, when he met people, he wasn't a guy to say I played for the Huskers, and he never brought that in. He just wanted to be, I'm Tom. He didn't want to be I'm Tom, the former Husker player. So I didn't really get into that until I started hearing about it from other places, and then digging through some of the old bins and finding some VCR tapes and watched them.
Did you ever go ahead, Steve?
Well, I was just going to ask you about. Did you remember him telling you no celebration after tackles, no hot dog, and did you remember that emphasis?
They never really said, never like no strict directions on not to do that, but every time somebody would do it while we were watching a game and get a penalty, or have to hustle back for the play, or just the next play get burnt, he's like, see, there's just no need for it. You just do your job, do what you got to do, and get back to the huddle.
Yeah,
and keep
I've noticed
playing.
that. You've never.
I'm not a big flash guy. I don't wear the fancy armbands or try and look good, and I don't really celebrate. I just kind of get back to the huddle.
Did your dad ever have a talk with you about the responsibility, though, of being a Nebraska football player? You kind of mentioned that maybe he had talked to you a little bit about that, maybe way back.
Sure. It's just you're in such a spotlight, and you can just make such an impact in other people's lives. It's about you. You want to have a good career. You want to put yourself in the best position, for your future. But at the same time, there's so many people around that, don't get the opportunity and kind of look at you as, something that maybe they want to be. So to be able to make an effect on, or have an impact on their lives, it's just something that's bigger than the game itself. And, if you're in that position to do that and make somebody's day better, to, give them a glove or something, then, you kind of have the responsibility to do that.
Did he talk to you a little bit about just the as far as putting out full effort all the time because of that? He kind of mentioned.
That's kind of the whole throughout everything I've ever done. There's no reason not to give 100% effort, and as college has gone on, and dreams of playing at next level, it's always that there's always someone watching. Practice or in the game, there's always somebody watching and critiquing your every move, in the game and on the sidelines. So you want to give your best effort.
Was there a foregone conclusion that you were going to come to Nebraska? You didn't visit anywhere else, did you?
I went on an unofficial to Vanderbilt and Iowa State and Kansas State.
Oh, they're unofficials. Okay.
Yeah. I never took an official visit.
When did you decide that you wanted to follow your dad's footsteps?
Well, from when I started playing it and flag football when I was however old.
Mm-hmm.
There was no no chance that I was going, somewhere else. This is where I needed to be. This is where I wanted to be. Close to family, and then play for obviously a great place in my dad's old school.
So it's kind of interesting too, though, because it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like once you got here, the ride.
Oh yeah, no, it's been a roller coaster, but they weren't wasted, I guess. The first 2 years,
First 2 years.
first 2.5 years, they really, weren't ideal. They weren't what I wanted, and it was a tough ride. It really, kind of tested myself and who I really was, but I think I kind of proved to myself that I can, just being myself, eventually things are going to end up going my way if I keep giving that effort and just, don't change anything because of someone else. So, and they weren't wasted years by any means. That they just helped me grow, and I know so much more. And I can, what I've been seeing from that is I can help the younger guys who maybe they're not in the position they want. I can tell them my story, what I've been through, and just tell them that, it gets better.
Well, you don't have to rehash what happened the first couple of years here, but I mean, what, in a nutshell, what kind of was the issue? I mean, were you on a short leash and looking over your shoulder?
I just look back and I just, I didn't like playing football. I wasn't playing confident. I was playing, I was playing scared. I didn't know what I was doing, and I was worried about too many other things going on than just what I needed to be worried about.
So was too much put on you then?
It might have been. If I would have redshirted, I think that would have benefited me. I think that would have been good to get a year under my belt and learn the system and get a little bit stronger.
I mean, you were recruited by the previous staff, but your dad had said that your career was kind of resurrected by the coaching change. I mean, can you
Right.
kind of theorize what he's talking about there?
Well, I think it was just the matching. Not that the old staff was bad, not that this staff is way better than they are or anything. I just think I fit better with this staff in the way that they coach and the system that they have.
Mm-hmm.
I may not have worked as well with the old system and the old way of coaching as I do this one.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit about just the 12-game grind, you're here at the end of the road, the physical and mental test that you have in a short week?
Oh man!
At the end of the season against a team that's very physical.
I mean, this is because this is the first season that I've played all the way through. The first 2 years, obviously, didn't end up playing all of them, and then last year I got hurt for a couple. So, going for these 12 games, it's rough. I mean, I got to take 45 minutes to get ready for practice, even, and all the hot ice you had, I got to put all over my legs. It's a grind, and the short week doesn't help, but it doesn't change anything. The coaches keep saying no one's going to feel sorry for you because I was feeling the exact same thing. So you got to go out there and prepare like it's a regular week and do your best on Friday.
Which coach was that, Banker?
No, that's Bray. That's Bray. Yeah, all the way.
He's pretty matter of fact, isn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, straight shooter.
What stands out about Iowa?
They're just blue collar, gonna do what they do. They're not gonna try and be fancy. They're not gonna throw the ball around too much. They have their set plays and their game plan, and they're gonna stick to it the entire game, even if they get stuffed for 3 quarters. They're gonna keep doing it, hoping that in the 4th quarter they're gonna get you.
When your dad was telling me a story about how at the end of your second year, when the coaching change was made, you went into the USC game with kind of the interim staff.